Hello everyone, this is Babamot. Welcome to another Homeworlds game commentary. This time I've got a match between Tornado84 and Lucky Cow. This is part of the Great Homeworlds Tournament of 2023. Game started in July 2023 on the 14th. The players' names, we've got Tornado versus Cow. I recently watched the movie Twister. If you've seen that, you might remember there's a scene where the storm chasers are sitting in their truck while a tornado goes by quite close to them. And there are lots of things stuck in the tornado. Among them is a cow. And the cow, as it blows by rather slowly, it looks at the characters in sort of a mournful, long-suffering way, I thought. Anyway, so tornado and cow, here it is. All right. Tornado has fewer points than Lucky Cow rank wise, so Tornado might be a bit of the underdog here. Let's see what happens. Tornado's up first. Picks a red banker. Lucky takes a yellow Goldilocks. Tornado trades for yellow right away, not matching the color of either small star. Lucky just builds another green, which I think of building another green in that scenario as just sort of passing time, waiting to see which, not deciding which color you want to trade for next. Tornado pushing the yellows, so now if they stick with that, no they don't. They open up the mediums. Lucky doesn't want to build another green right now, since they'd overpopulate, so they spread out instead. Tornado trades for red before Lucky has a chance to build that medium green. So Lucky trading into the reds now. Red's the color where Tornado might have a little extra trouble keeping up since they've got a matching star. But Tornado does get to build the first medium if they want it. Looks like Tornado wants to spread out the reds first. Lucky takes the first medium. Tornado takes the second. Lucky could take another medium if they wanted, but that would leave the large open for Tornado, so probably not. Lucky spreads out instead. I think that's a good call. Tornado, ooh, I don't like that. Taking the last medium, that opens up the largest for Lucky. Yeah, Tornado takes it back. Tornado just takes a small green instead. Lucky takes a small green as well. Tornado can take a medium safely if they want. But they trade for blue instead. There's only one small blue left, so Lucky might want to get on that. Okay, they do. Now Tornado, I think their colony isn't nearly as healthy as Lucky's. If I was Tornado, I'd be thinking about moving that blue into my colony. Well, the medium build is okay too. If Lucky builds the large, then Tornado can oh no, Tornado doesn't have a medium yellow or a blue connected to that colony, so this isn't so good. That gives Lucky a chance to get a large. Yeah, Tornado. Well, they're still thinking about it. They tried it a few times. Yeah, they moved that into the colony. I like that quite well. Let's see what Lucky takes. Another green. Medium red. That's probably a good call since Tornado can't... Well, no. Tornado can safely build a large red because Lucky doesn't have yellow ships anywhere. So Tornado would not actually be in danger of overpopulation. No, I think Tornado should definitely be taking that large. Thinking about the medium... Well, it's better the medium is better now than it was a moment ago when I was discussing it, because if Lucky takes that large blue now, Tornado has blues connected to the Owa colony and can sacrifice the yellow for the overpopulation, send the colony supernova. Nobody... Okay, somebody should tell me in the comments or on Discord or any place. Am I crazy for thinking that both players just passed up a chance to get a large red ship and should have taken it. Maybe they know something I don't. But I'm a sucker for any opportunity to build larges. I would have taken the large blue or large red, anything in here. Lucky could have taken the large red. Tornado could have taken. Oh well, Tornado did build the B2. Okay, so nobody passed up the chances to build B3. But I think both of them should have been looking at building the R3. Okay, but that's not what they picked. Now Lucky is wise to get a yellow at some point. Yellow's not a good color to be completely lacking. Okay. Tornado trades for yellow. Y2 doesn't look too bad. Okay, now Lucky wants a G3 sacrifice. I guess they're going for all the reds. Lots of red. I don't like that too much because Tornado can overpopulate all of these ships so cheaply, just with the one little red. Let's see if they commit to it. They do. All right, Tornado I think gets a nice material boost here. Yeah, Tornado's up by a medium ship now. I think that was a mistake from Lucky. Ooh, this would be a big mistake from Lucky. Tornado can overpopulate all of these ships for just the one little blue star. Okay, Lucky saw that problem. Tornado, well, if they do like before and build a medium blue, it's a good time for it. I'd say, okay, Lucky's turn again. Lucky should probably start getting those ships out of there. Get rid of that blue at least. Yeah, moves it to a new colony where it would be safe for them to build the B3. That's pretty good. Tornado, I don't think would be too unwise to just build a B3 right now. Lucky would have to sacrifice a Y2 to overpopulate them. But Tornado would probably prefer to block the B3 build or prepare to build B3 themselves by spreading out the blues. An invasion is also an interesting idea. Yeah, but just spreading out the blues, preparing to build a B3 if Lucky does. Lucky does, and Tornado takes a B3. So now Lucky should decide whether to block that B3 build, either by discovering a B3 star or trading away a smaller blue. Or could potentially, I mean, this is the kind of thing that always crosses my mind. This is a colony where that blue ship can't run away. Lucky could sacrifice the Y2 to invade with the big blue to threaten to capture. Okay, that doesn't work out. Never mind. Okay. Lucky doubling down. Lucky says, all right, you can build a B3, but then I'm going to get another one as well. So they'll be still even on material. Tornado does take the B3, and so does Lucky. Okay, now what? Lucky's got a colony that's not as well defended as Tornado's are. They've each only got one red ship they'd be willing to sacrifice. Lucky's got one other red ship, but it's defending the homeworld. Really, both of them should get some more red so they have some to spare, I think. Tornado, I think, could seriously think about invading the Oa colony. Tornado withdrawing. That leaves the colony a little vulnerable, though Lucky would have to sacrifice yellow to invade. Oh, sacrificing the Y2 to move 2 blues into Lucky's home. So Lucky can only capture one of them. After which Tornado can't build another for the star demolition, and Tornado doesn't have enough yellow to get another blue into Lucky's home. This looks like a failed attack. Even if they would get the blue star, Tornado's investing quite a bit in it, and I think that would weaken them more than they'd like. And I don't think they'll actually get the blue star from this. So I think Tornado had better take this back. Okay, they do. Tornado trades for a Y3. That's good. I like that better. Lucky is in no position to build that last B3, but Tornado is. So if Lucky wants to block, they'll have to discover the star or trade one of their blues. And anyway, it sets Tornado up. They sort of revealed that they were thinking about an early star demolition. The Y3 would, when sacrificed, would let them move both of these blues in to Lucky's home and have one more action. They could move this B1 to, say, a Y2 star so that it could be moved in into Lucky Cow's home on the next turn. Okay, let's see how Lucky reacts. They take a Y1, so they block the B3 build, pick up some more yellow, and they commit. Yeah, it blocks the build. Tornado can, if they've still got this on their mind, they can still take out Lucky's blue star. I think it's premature, though. I don't think Tornado should actually do that. I was just contemplating how Lucky... I think I call it colonies that are not connected to either homeworld. In my head, I call them islands. They're as far from either homeworld as they could be. They're sort of stuck out in the sea of colonies. And I generally think they're not as powerful as colonies that are connected to the opponent's homeworld. See, Tornado's got overall, they've got fairly similar amounts of material. Tornado's got some extra medium ships. But Tornado, an even bigger advantage for Tornado, I think, is the fact that they've got these ships at a staging point for invading Lucky's home, where Lucky's colony is still 2 steps away from Tornado's home. All right. Tornado looking at the Y3 sacrifice, moving in the blues, and... No, they take it back. They didn't even use the third action. I think moving that B1 to a Y2 star so that it's ready to finish overpopulating the blue star would have been what they wanted to do if they wanted to continue with that blue demolition. But again, I think it's too much material too early to spend that. They just build another blue. Little blue. Opens up the B3 for Lucky to build, but Tornado can overpopulate them with a Y2 sacrifice, which I guess is an okay trade. Tornado does commit to that move, gives Lucky the chance to build the B3 if they want it. Oh, interesting. Lucky sacrificing the G3 for the build and build and build, taking most of the rest of the yellow. I don't actually like that too much because that leaves the Y3 open for Tornado to build back at home. I think Lucky should restart that turn. Okay. Let's see what else they come up with. Just a simple Y1 build. That's okay, I suppose. If Tornado builds that B3 anywhere, then Lucky can overpopulate, but they'd have to spend their B3 to do it. I think if Lucky does this, Tornado should build the B3 in the Arrakis colony, and if Lucky wants to overpopulate it, they spend one of their larges. Tornado builds a large and loses a large. Lucky just loses the large. So, on the whole, that comes out to Tornado's favor. I need to make a section in my strategy guide about thinking one extra turn ahead, because if you think of this situation... So say Lucky Cow commits to this move, and Tornado builds the B3. I think a lot of people look at that and think of it as, oh, I can move in my B3 to destroy a B3 and 2 B1s for just the cost of my B3, therefore I come out ahead. But really, Lucky should be thinking of this as, if I commit to this position, then Tornado builds that B3, I lose my B3, Tornado is losing just 2 B1s, I'm losing my B3, it's a bad trade for me, this is a bad move for Lucky Cow. thinking one move ahead. Can't ignore especially the big ships that get built in the between moves. Okay, I've rambled too much. All right, Lucky, what are you going to do? You're going to commit to this? Yes. Lucky commits to the Y1 build. Let's see if Tornado takes that B3. I think they should. Spreading out the B1s. If they do that, well, yeah, if they do that, then they've got the chance to build the B3 without the threat of overpopulation. But if Lucky builds that B3, Tornado has to lose two B1s and their Y2 to get rid of it. I think Tornado should have just built it. They're thinking about a few different arrangements here. Withdrawing their large defender from Arrakis. That's interesting. If I'm Lucky, I want to invade that colony with my large green ship, or build the B3 maybe. But the invasion is okay. I'd be prepared to capture the R2. I might want to build some more red before I actually do that. But that colony is a little bit vulnerable. Let's see what Lucky does. Okay, they're worried about the Y3 in the bank, I guess, because they discover it as a star. Or maybe they're just trying to get closer to Tornado's home. I think really what Lucky is after is they want to be able to build that Y3. And I think taking it out of the bank right now is not a high priority. I don't think Tornado could have skipped ahead to build the Y3 without being too close to overpopulation. So I think Lucky really wanted to make it an investment. Interesting choice. Let's see if they commit. They do. All right, so later Lucky will be, and maybe Lucky will want to build the Y2 right now, if Tornado doesn't. And then Lucky can sacrifice G3 to build the Y3. And if Lucky also clears out some more of the greens before cashing in on this sacrifice, then Lucky will also, they will not only get the Y3 ship, but they'll get their G3 back. Okay, Tornado spreading out the blues, prepared to build the B3 now. I think Lucky may still not like the idea of building the B3 because it could be overpopulated. I don't think they... I don't know, a B3... So think of this not as exchanging two B3s for a Y2 and two B1s. Think of it as exchanging one B3 for a Y2 and two B1s. That's a fairly close trade, though I might say Tornado comes out slightly ahead. But if I was Tornado, I would still be reluctant to make that exchange. I don't like losing my yellow ships. Okay. Oh, interesting. Lucky invading Earth. The Earth colony here. Yeah, it ruins that, it throws away that plan to build the Y3, but this is a nice vulnerable colony. If Tornado builds that B3 in Earth, then Lucky can capture it. Of course, then Lucky's down to only one red ship, their mothership. So Tornado can just build an Arrakis instead. I don't see this as particularly effective. I don't like Lucky's choice here. Okay, Tornado, I think you should ignore the invasion and just build that B3 in Arrakis. Oh, Tornado's got their eye on the B3 star demolition. Interesting. Let's see if they commit to that. They do. Okay, well, boy, Tornado has just spent a lot of material but Tornado has also connected the Homeworlds. Hyperspace bypass principle. And Tornado only needs one more yellow ship to have a pretty good shot at destroying. Well, no, I guess really they need two more. Have a good shot of destroying Lucky's other star. This actually reminds me a lot of my game with Andy, where it looks like I destroyed a star too early because I needed a few build-up turns before I could destroy the other star. But in my game, Andy, lucky for me, didn't react quickly, and I was able to build a couple more yellows and send him into Andy's home. Let's see if Lucky makes the same mistake. Ooh. Yeah, Lucky just building a red. That seems like they're ignoring the threat here. Builds a yellow and two reds. Lucky comes down by a large ship that way, and I think they're trying to get the yellows out of the bank, but not enough. And instead, the Y3 is now available for Tornado to build, and that's pretty close to being a win. I guess maybe Lucky was thinking that if Tornado gets a Y3, that the direct assault is the real threat, that they move in two larges at once. So Lucky needs to be able to capture them both in one shot. I don't know. Okay, Lucky looking at another option now, though. Sacrificing G3 for yellow, red, yellow. Okay. Trouble with this still is Tornado can build the Y3 at home, and Lucky won't be able to overpopulate it. If Tornado, instead of building, just moves this Y2 in to overpopulate the yellows in Draenor, then Lucky will have made some progress in a sense because Tornado will have fewer yellow ships. I don't know. I think this is not too good either because Tornado just builds this Y3 and then all they need to do is move their yellow ships around strategically. Well, and keeping the red ship safe because the Tornado would only have exactly 3 red ships for the overpopulation. I don't know. Okay. I think the danger here is still that Tornado is going to build that Y3 and that Lucky's going to be in trouble. Oh, even okay, yeah, that's better. Build it in the colony to defend it from invasion. I like that. I don't like this as well. I think Tornado's big hope right now is that they can finish this quickly before Lucky Cow's material advantage can be used to torment Tornado too much. I think Tornado should take this back. Uh-oh. Nope. Don't like it. I think Lucky should... I want to say invade the colony with the big blue, or spread out the reds and prepare to build more, or spread out the yellows and try to take up so many of the yellows that Tornado can't keep up. Let's see. Lucky takes the last small yellow, but that opens up the mediums for Tornado. Tornado takes the medium red. Okay. That's an interesting choice. Tornado's not trying to get more yellows yet, even though yellow's what they really need. Maybe they'll trade it for a medium yellow? Oh, no, I don't know. Jeez. Nope, I'm not too sure what that was about. Maybe they're trying to get enough red that they can do a red overpopulation in Lucky Cow's home. All right, let's see what Lucky Cow does. Spend a Y2 to destroy the reds. Okay, boy, that's leaves Tornado with just 3 ships. I suppose that was probably a good move for Lucky Cow, since it destroyed more material for Tornado than Lucky Cow lost, and Lucky is ahead on material. But the more Lucky resets the game, bringing both players down to few ships, I worry that's going to prolong the game and give Tornado a sneaky way back in. Let's see. Tornado building blue. If I was going to build blue, I would do it with the intention of preventing Lucky from invading with the blue ship, so that it would just get overpopulated if they did. Building the Y2, I think I like that better. Okay, Lucky also builds a Y2. Does Tornado spread out the yellows? It's not time to invade yet. Spreading out the yellows. Lucky trades for red. Okay, Lucky can consider invading Tornado's colony again, because they've at least got something to capture with. Tornado, the Tornado's red star really doing a lot of work here, by the way. If Tornado didn't have that red star, they would have needed desperately to trade for red much earlier than this. Luckily, they've got a red star. Plug for the red star strategy here. Okay, Tornado building yellow. Yeah, they need more yellow for that overpopulation at some point. Lucky spreading out the yellow, preparing to build more. Okay, but if... Let's see. I think Tornado has a good shot at a draw right now, at least. Let's see here. I was envisioning a world where Tornado builds the Y2, and then Lucky builds a Y1, builds a Y3. Tornado sacrifices Y2 to move 2 yellows into Lucky Cow's home, and then prepares to sacrifice to the G3 to build another yellow in Lucky Cow's home for the overpopulation. That would be the last of Tornado's home ships, though. So that would just be a draw. Okay, Tornado does do the Y2 build. Lucky, I expect to build the Y3. Alright. Does Tornado have a win or just a draw here? Yeah, so I'm envisioning sacrifice the Y2 to move both of these guys into Lucky Cow's home. Lucky can only capture 1, and then there are 2, because of this Y2 sacrifice, there are 2 yellows in the bank. Lucky can only build 1 of them, so Tornado can sacrifice the G3 to build that last yellow ship for the overpopulation. But Tornado's home is empty, so it's a draw. That's my immediate thought. Let's see if Tornado comes up with something better. Sacrifice the Y2. Okay, have they got the time? Have they got the time to build a G1? So they were thinking about building a G1 here. Which maybe they've got time for that. That would be a homeworld occupant that might prevent them from losing for long enough that they could execute the plan I suggested earlier without losing their last homeworld defender and making it a draw. That would actually make it a win. Maybe that works. I don't know. Let's see if Tornado commits to it. They do. All right. I think that's what they've got in mind. But Lucky takes the Y3. Oh, I fully expected him to take the Y3. Okay, tornado. Yeah, that's... Yep, yep. And Lucky doesn't quite have time to get both of these greens into Tornado's home for the overpopulation. Yeah, Lucky restarts their turn. They can only capture one. Yep, yep. Okay, so um, wow, really good, really good. Okay, Tornado can just sacrifice the G1 for one build action and Catastrophe. Wow, cool. Somehow I thought that there wouldn't be enough time, that if Tornado spent that one turn building the little green, that I think I would like to see if Lucky had a way out of that. I'm going to, after the video, I'm going to rewind and take a look. Okay, I'm now going to start cheating a little bit because I want to look back at this. I'm going to select all of the log, copy. I'm going to go to my website where I've made this neat tool for converting Board Game Arena format to other log formats. Now I'm going to paste this into the box, convert from BGA format. That gives us Homeworlds live format, which I can paste into the sandbox. I'm going to go over to Homeworlds live. Let's go to the sandbox, import, load, and here's the game. I'm going to go back a few moves right here where Tornado builds that G1. Then we can take a look at what should happen after that. Tornado's on bottom, Lucky Cow's on top. At this point, Tornado, wisely I think, builds a G1. So what does Lucky Cow actually do? Lucky Cow actually builds another green ship at this point. But that, as it turns out, is not going to work. What are some valid defenses? A couple of candidates that spring to mind that maybe you can analyze some more in the time that you have, but I do not because I'm trying to make a video without boring everybody. One thing that springs to mind is sacrifice the Y3 to move 2 yellows into Tornado's home for the catastrophe. That would take care of the immediate problem, at least, that that Tornado is building up lots of yellows in a system connected to my one remaining yellow star. Another option that I think I like better is to let's see what's going on here. Oh, I was off my turn. Okay, so to sacrifice my little yellow to move this big blue back to my home. Because now, if Tornado does what they were hoping for, I don't know if this works out completely or not, but at least if they continue with the exact same plan, they move 2 yellows into my home. Now I can sacrifice for 3 capture actions, take those 2 invaders, end my turn. Tornado now does not have a yellow in a connected system. They can try to move that last little yellow into a connected system, but by the time they do that, I can move or trade away that that yellow into a new world. And so if I was lucky, if I was Lucky Cow, I could escape from that. Okay, so those are 2 suggested escapes for Lucky, but Lucky got a little unlucky that they didn't see those things, and very good job to Tornado for winning that game against a very skilled opponent. Lucky Cow's no slouch. So congratulations. And I think that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching.